All right, guys, welcome back to Video Game Leaks. So as you know, Spider-Man 2 is right around the corner, and while Sony has been doing their best to keep everything under wraps for as long as possible, little bits and pieces have started surfacing around the internet from various sources. So far, we've heard official Insomniac reps talk about the new technology being implemented in the game's dialogue system, and we've also heard some alleged leakers claim that the developer is going to somehow utilize some kind of multiverse mechanic so that they could show off their world-shifting technology that they used first in Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. We've also got a handful of leaks from Tony Todd, who is the Venom voice actor, who claimed that the game is going to launch in September and that the marketing campaign is going to kick off this August. But what about the plot of the game itself? We know Peter and Miles are going to be working together on this one, and we know that Venom and Kraven the Hunter are going to show up, but what is going to kick everything off? We recently caught wind of a now deleted 4chan thread that seems to illuminate the game's plot in a pretty believable way. So take all of this with a grain of salt, because obviously there's no way to know or verify a 4chan leak if it's true or not. But out of all of the Spider-Man 2 plot leaks so far, this one is easily the most believable, and the fact that it was erased from the internet so quick seems to imply some kind of legitimacy. So whenever there's smoke, there usually is fire. So be sure to drop a like on the video if you're excited. Make sure you subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future updates, and let's get right into it. Now, the latest Spider-Man 2 plot leak reads like this. Obviously, potential spoilers. If this is indeed true, keep that in mind. I'll give you guys one last spoiler warning. The game starts with Peter and Miles trying to locate a serial killer. Pete tells Miles that he should leave the legwork to him, since those kinds of situations are extremely delicate. This foreshadows their conflict dealing with Venom and Kraven. The Venom symbiote sneaks onto Peter while he and MJ reunite with Harry. Norman Osborn hires Kraven about the symbiote and Miles' abilities. Eventually, Kraven rejects the contract due to its limitations on the tactics he can deploy and engages Spider-Man like he's a new challenge. This upsets Norman Osborn. Kraven summons his henchmen to help him draw Peter and Miles out. Crimes from his henchmen include jumping in on rooftop camps and mass POIs that are trap and ambushes set by them. There are playable sections with Eddie Brock, and the devs took player feedback on the MJ sections in the first game, and there's a lot less shoehorned stealth. It's a walking simulator, while you see the environment of NYC and the antics of Spider-Man and his villains from the perspective of a normal person. So what do you guys think about all this? In addition to the plot leaks, the leaker clarifies that Kraven's last name is going to be spelled differently than the usual. Typically, his real name is spelled Kravinoff, but this time it will be spelled as Kravinoff or Kravinov. I'm not entirely sure why Insomniac made this change, but it's likely in an attempt at making the name seem a little bit more true to his heritage, which obviously shouldn't be a big deal to anyone other than the hardcore comic purists. The leaker also states that there will be a lot of cutscenes in Spider-Man 2 without any of the Spider-Man in it. Pretty much every cutscene in the 2018 game had either Peter or Miles present, but this time around we're going to be getting a lot more time with the villains and side characters, fleshing out the perspectives of the non-Spider-Man in the story, which I think is a pretty good idea. The idea of playing as Eddie Brock is also exciting, although it probably won't be anything crazy like the Ultimate Spider-Man game from 2005, although I'm still holding out hope that we get to bust up the city as Venom at some point, maybe as a bonus feature after finishing the game. These plot leaks also line up with the previous reports that Spider-Man 2 would flip the script on Peter and Miles, turning them into the hunted instead of the hunters. Some people involved with the project have compared Spider-Man 2 to the Empire Strikes Back in terms of its tone compared to 2018 game, and assuming this plot leak ends up being true, it would fit right in with everything that we've heard so far. But what do you guys think about all of this Spider-Man 2 information? Do you believe this 4chan leak? Do you think that it's likely not going to happen the way that the 4chan leaker says? Be sure to let me know in the comment section. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future updates, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.